G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Mimo here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, afternoon, evening, night, no matter the time wherever you are. Hope life is treating you well. And it's time to have another chat about Dreadnought and in particular the game modes. Now I'm coming from a PC perspective, so at the moment we only have the 4 game modes, which are Onslaught, Conquest, Team Elimination and Proving Grounds. PS4 have a 5th game mode, which is Havoc mode. I'm not going to talk about this one because I've never played it, and I'm just not going to talk about something I don't know anything about or I've not yet to experience. So we're going to talk about the main 4 game modes which are available on both PC and PS4. And I'm going to go through the basics and everything you need to know so that you can be a very effective player and know what you're doing to help contribute to your team and help get that W, because that's what we all strive to get, is to get that win. The first game mode I want to talk about is Onslaught. Now this is a battle of 8v8 players, but also has AI. And essentially this game mode is all about racking up points. That's how you're going to win. You got to destroy as many of the other ships as you can, whether it be players or AI. In order to get that victory, you must score 300 points by destroying the enemy fleet, and that's how you're going to win. Now every ship is worth points, whether it be your littler ones, your bigger ones, your AI, your player ones, they're all worth points. They do vary in the points that they're worth though. So you have fighters, assault ships and command ships, which are all AI, and then you have of course your captains in your other player ships, which can be your dreadnoughts, your destroyers, your corvettes, your artillery cruisers, your tactical cruisers, all those sorts of things. Now let's talk about the scoring system in Onslaught, because this is the most important thing, the kill points for your victory. Now the fighters are worth 1 point, so the fighter squadron, you get up there far away fighting, they're only worth 1 point to your overall 300. Your assault ships are worth 2 points. Your player ships, which are other captains, are worth 7 points. And then your command ships, the holy grail of it all, are worth 21 points. Now these are the only points that contribute to that total of 300, which you have to get to win. When you see all these assist points fly up in your face, or final blow points, and all these sorts of things, that contributes to your overall player score. It doesn't contribute to the Onslaught score, so it doesn't contribute to the team score in regards to getting that 300. The only thing that contributes is the destroying of the enemy fleet, and they're the various points you will get depending on what you destroy. So it's always worth to go after the command ship, but also if you want to be tactical, it's always good to also defend the command ship, because you know the other team's going to be trying to get those big 21 points, so you might get a few more destroys in there while you're trying to take it down. The command ship hits pretty hard too, so it's not bad to sometimes counter-attack by defending the command ship. So that is Onslaught. I don't mind Onslaught. It's a pretty good game mode. Just go out and try and destroy everyone. And you're not sort of worrying about in regards to running around to certain objectives or anything like that, which the other game modes offer. So that is Onslaught. So it's time to move on to some pure PvP action, and that is in the form of Team Deathmatch. Now Team Deathmatch is a pretty common mode that you see in a lot of shooter games, and it's got a pretty similar concept here. It's purely PvP, the AI is out of the scenario, so you're taking on other captains. This one has a very similar objective to Onslaught. It's by reaching a score limit, which is 100 points before the enemy does. However, the main difference is, regardless of the size of the ship you're taking on, every kill is worth 4 points to your team. So you got to get an overall 100 points, 4 points per kill. That's 25 kills in a match to get the victory. You have a time limit of 20 minutes. Now, if you don't get the 25 kills as a team within that 20 minutes, then the team with the highest amount of points wins. So the most amount of kills wins. But I've yet to play a game where we haven't got the 25 kills in under 20 minutes. So this one is just purely going out there to kill other players. Teamwork is a lot more effective in this game mode, because if you can create a nice web with your team happening where you have some healers, you have some people that are providing extra shield, that are providing weapon boost, it's just really good. Strength in numbers, and Team Deathmatch really emphasize this. This is an 8v8 game mode once again, like Onslaught, but I quite like Team Deathmatch. It's really good when you want to get a challenge or you've leveled up your ship a bit more and want to see how it goes against other people. So that is Team Deathmatch. So it's time to move away from the game modes that are all about killing and getting a certain score limit in regards to destroying the enemy fleet. And we come over to Conquest. Now Conquest is a bit different because you're scoring your points from the amount of territory you hold rather than how many kills you're getting against the enemy fleet or how well you're destroying the enemy fleet. So this is a bit of a different game mode if you may be wanting to get some XP to level up your ship before taking on players in a more direct approach, as in Team Deathmatch or in Onslaught. You're just not really comfortable with your ship yet. This is a way to get your XP and to get all those currencies in order to upgrade your ship and get it to a more deadly form. Now, basically what you do in this regards is you fly around, and as you're flying around, you're capturing control points. Now, we have two control points. We have A and B, usually within the maps. But as you fly around in open air also, depending on the ship you are, because unfortunately corvettes do not capture anything but the control points, other ships capture the territory around the control points, and the more you control, obviously the more your points build up. Every 10 seconds you get points for the amount of territory that you control. So the more you sort of spread out, and this tends to happen a lot in Conquest, you spread out and sort of try and gain that territory, and then you divert back into the control points essentially to either capture them or take them off the enemy. And that's what really happens in that regard to this. Now, it's the first team to reach 2,500 points that will win. This game mode is probably a bit time consuming, I find, compared to the other game modes, but like I said, it's not direct conflict and you tend to be a bit more free up in the air, and there's other objectives to it, so it's not just all out, you got to find the first ship you can see and destroy it. So this is a bit of a different game mode, and like I said, this is a good game mode to keep building up your XP to get your ship where you want it to be. It's essentially all about spreading out, so the team cohesion sort of, you regroup at points at the capture point to recapture them or defend them, but you really are spread out trying to maximize your territory and get the most points before the other team does. But that was Conquest. The final game mode is Proving Grounds. Now this is a good offset to Conquest. This is more PvP but PvE action in particular. This is more AI based action rather than player versus player. You do get players, depending on the matchmaking, you can still get players and face off against players, but predominantly you are facing off against AI in a team deathmatch scenario. The exact same concept as team deathmatch. First team to reach 100 points, 4 points per kill. The only difference is you got AI, and you should typically have the majority of AI within this match. It just depends on the matchmaking. So this is a great place to test your ship out, and that's what the Proving Grounds really are good for, and sort of learning out your buttons. It's good for honing your skills, building on your skills, and also your ship. The reasoning for that is because it doesn't give you as much credits or XP as PvP modes. So that's why Conquest is good if you don't want to be in direct action or direct conflict, but you still want to be building up the same amount of XP and credits. That's why I prefer using Conquest in that regard to building up that rather than Proving Grounds. I quite like the Proving Grounds just to test out my ships and sort of hone in my skills when it comes to using the ship, because you do change ships every now and then. They have different components, so it's a really good way to get used to those components before going into direct action. But that is Proving Grounds. It really is the PvE action in regards to this game. So that's the 4 game modes that are available. Havoc is a bit of a different game mode. I read up on it, but I'm not going to talk about that. They're the 4 most common ones, which all utilize different aspects of not only your skill, but also the ships and the way you play. So definitely strategy is slightly different in each game mode. You know, group cohesion is really important, but sometimes it's always good to be the lone wolf or to have that separation and then regroup. But as always, I hope you did enjoy. Please let me know in the comments below what game modes you're enjoying. I thank you for watching. Always remember how awesome you are. Bye!
Days of light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows.